Oh, good day guys. Hope you've been having a fun week. This week we're doing something I should have done before we got kicked out. Obviously, utes here, portable workbench. Gonna get stuck into finishing off the bullbar on Pam's cruiser. This morning I've already gone through and undone most of the bolts. Just got one loosely bolted in. We're also going to see if we can blow up a generator, because we don't have 15 amp here and my welder is 15 amp. So I went and bought about a 6 kVA generator. I'm gonna see if I can blow it up with a welder. So yeah, let's get stuck in. There we go. That's all the pipes finally welded on. So I could have got that all done before like moving everything, but considering I injured myself, literally we done the springs and come home. That was on Sunday. That Wednesday we left. Actually no, it was Thursday we left for my mates to ride dirt bikes, and then literally Friday arvo is when I hurt myself. Saturday we come home and I went in the hospital overnight and I couldn't really even walk, and literally 10 days later we got kicked out, and I literally spent them 10 days trying to even move without needing crutches. But so I would have loved to have had this bull bar done while I had a proper like workshop, but shit happens. So there we go, that's both sides filled in. That side and that side's about the same. I don't really care. This one doesn't really care either.
Good. Corners were always going to be an iffy spot.
Yeah. You won't notice them unless you actually look. And now I'm out of gas, because I am literally out of gas. Because, well, the welder has decided to spring a leak. So yeah, great fun. Righto, so it's the next morning. After this welder wanted to give me grief yesterday and split the line here, we then cut the thing off and there's a barb under it, so I fixed that, hose clamp, shortened that line right up. New bottle also, because it decided to drain half a bottle through the split. So, and then we had ultrasounds and stuff yesterday, Arvo.
So a busy afternoon yesterday.
Yesterday I just went to the toilet. So yeah, it's the next morning. obviously going to wipe all the dew off this bugger now. Should have put the tarp off the cab on it last night. So, tarps on the cab to stop the grinding and welding sparks damaging my paint or glass. Not that the paint's any good, but you gotta try and protect your cars. So yeah, we will wrap this bull bar today with those bits of straight bar. That's I think this stuff is from memory 50 by 3. Yeah, blue being 3mm. So yeah, it's 50mm wide by 3mm. That's all the bull bar needs. And then the uprights themselves are actually 3mm as well. So most of this bar is 3mm apart from the recovery points, which are like 10mm. But
I was expecting the worst with me driving it, I think.
Maybe, we'll see. So there we go, that's the wrapping on. It's just gotta get welded. I've actually got to nick that weld and use a clamp to pull that in. You want to have no gaps like that, so I'll have to use a clamp and pull that in as well. It's gonna be fun. Or I might even just lay it flat and have the missus stand on this side, and that might be enough weight on it.
Non-existent muscle.
So,
Hey, look, I tried.
but yeah, that's on. It doesn't take long to put wrapping on. It takes longer welding stuff out than best tacking stuff on. You're seeing you don't even heat that up. You just got to make sure you have a nice curve in there. And I've also got a bit of daylight through here, so I'll have to clamp that in there. Let's tack there, tack there. Again, I've got to clamp that back there. Push that post in. So now I gotta go find my clamps. I don't know where my clamps ended up. There we go, that's that half welded out, and as usual in my style, I am now out of wire. So because it's only a little Lincoln, she only takes little coils, and yeah, she's used it all. So that would also be the issue I'm having of it surging as I'm welding, would be the wire getting low and trying to pull on the roll. Great fun. There we go, I got wire back in it. Let's get back into it. So just like that, we are done welding. I am pretty damn sure. If anything, I might just have to run some weld up into there, but apart from that, and probably gusset from there up. Just to stop the top of the bar bending, which I don't think it will, because it's a man of triangulation and whatnot in here. Corners there, left the hole so you can always poke a hose in there or get the mud out of that corner. This one got a bigger piece, but not bad for all the plans are in the noggin. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you with grinding all the welds down, so we will skip that for you guys and go straight to having a chat about why this bar got built this way. Yeah. All right, so
We're back.
we are back, and
It's done. Pretty much.
pretty much the only thing it needs now, I'm going to punch the holes in it for the winch and spotlight mounts. It won't be copying light up the top here because the aerial is going to go off the rear bar, off the tailgate. Oh, not tailgate, barn doors. I'll make a bracket to double up on the hinge.
Just want to keep the front kind of neat. And I think that, I know a lot of people hate on me for it, but I think aerials on the front kind of give it a...
Gay.
No, they don't. No,
They do.
it just makes it look busier than it needs to be. And look, if I need to use my aerial as a guide, I shouldn't be driving the car.
You also like when you're in my ute that my aerial's on my headboard, so
It's not in the way.
there's nothing around here. There's nothing flicking around when you're driving down the highway.
It doesn't catch your attention or create a very minute blind spot even. So
the height between the bars is almost identical.
the main difference people probably notice straight up is we
kick.
opted not to have the kick across piece here because I'm sticking round headlight and
Being that bar there.
yeah, it's just going to get in the way, or it looks silly and kind of like cut down like that or go up like that. We opted not to do it.
We would have done it if we kept the channel straight like this one
Yeah.
is. Obviously that one's got a fair bit of a kick up for the approach, even though it still forbids the wheel a fair bit. But this car is also still on stock suspension.
If it's going to
And
foul on the
31s.
bull bar, I'm going to have further issues underneath anyway.
The bar is designed to save your shackle angle. Obviously, like, your approach angle is deemed by your bar, but it's also deemed by where your shackle and suspension starts. I was going to try and stick coils under the front of this or stick it on coil chassis, but we don't feel like going down that road. You prefer the leaf life?
I like the feel of like the way the 60 ute rides. It's quite comfortable.
Okay.
And my current car has coils in the front, so
Your current car is IFS.
yeah, well look, my current car is probably going to ride a lot smoother than this will, but I reckon this will feel more comfortable to drive.
You'll get used to the way the 60s drive.
It'll be a learning experience.
And on that note, if anyone wants a 60 Ute, hit us up. Obviously, because we're pregnant, I've got to change cars. I don't have to. I'm going to. I want to.
I mean, as much fun as you'd get a lot of people looking at you if you put a baby seat in the middle. Got rid of your fridge, put a baby seat there, she'd be right.
Yeah, well, it'd have to go through another round of engineering for child seats and child restraints. And I don't feel like going down that road again.
Plus, it'd be very squishy.
Very, very squishy.
Like, if anyone's ever sat on the back seat of any car with a child seat in the middle, it is not comfortable.
Yeah.
So,
hit us up if you want a 60 Ute, 30k.
negotiable.
Negotiable, depending. I am not selling the rims.
No.
The rims and tyres.
They're mine.
Pretty much. The car. Just a recap on, why we built Pam's bullbar this way. Obviously, it's been painted. It's just been painted in just a shitty black paint to protect it. Obviously, it's sitting under gum trees, so there's a lot of sap. The car is covered apart from the motor. The motor needs rebuilding.
Yeah.
But all the oil ports on the motor are blocked.
Yeah,
so
the motor's
nothing
sealed
can get
up,
in it.
so it's
The water's
safe.
not sealed, but who cares about water galleries?
Yeah.
The bull bar is protected from the elements because it's going to stay on the car.
We were thinking of keeping it off, but
I was thinking of putting it in storage, but
it protects it and it looks pretty with it on there. Looks like we've
Right.
done something to it.
well, it's for the sake of constantly in and out of properties at the moment. It's just easy to winch on to a trailer via the bull bar
Yeah.
than try and possibly bend the chassis somewhere, hooking a winch or something to it. We've got recovery lugs on the bull bar. Next stage for pams60 is rear bar.
Yes. I am excited to see if you start on that.
It'll be similar to the bull bar, similar way it'll be built. Again, we're looking at kind of having that kick in the rear, but I'm not too sure with the barn doors and clearance. I know
And
tailgates.
swingaways.
I know tailgates you can have a lot more tighter tolerance. Barn doors need that little bit of wiggle room. Being that I've built rear bars before, so
It's still in the design phase. So there's a few things we're working on to figure out exactly how we want it, but we have a pretty good idea of how it's gonna. You have a pretty good idea of how it's gonna turn out.
yeah. What are you talking about design? It's all me, love.
Hey, I'm putting in my 2 cents here and there and making it more difficult.
Constantly. So,
Like me, I wanted the kick up because I like it. I love the flat look, but I think for mine, I just wanted something a little bit
it
different.
needs that little bit of a ramp in the front. Because the channel is quite big and I wasn't notching the corner like this one has been done. Obviously she's got some scars on her from the springs, rubbing on trees and rubbing on rocks. But that's the joys of bar work. The bar work's there to protect your paint and your body.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what the bar work was built for.
And that's the thing, like, they're going to be very similar cars, but we still want them to have their own little quirks. So by changing little details, it gives it its own look.
Definitely.
Get the engine and the gearbox kind of sorted before we do too much panel work.
There's 10 grand in paint.
Yeah.
There's 10 grand just in the motor to rebuild it. There's 5 grand just in the gearbox to rebuild it.
It all adds up really quick, and we want to get it done right the first time, not have to send it back in for work.
Yeah.
And
No
spend
one
more
likes
and more
doing
money.
The poor man pays twice.
Yeah.
And the point of this car, building this car, is obviously so Pamela has a nice cruiser the way she wants it, and that's also going to take time. And with us moving between properties constantly, like we're now out here, we're looking again because this is just temporary. This is just a temporary fix for us. We've got other stuff in the works we're trying to get done.
So the poor wagon's fallen on the back burner a little bit, but
she's outside, but she's covered.
She's
the motor's
protected.
sealed. The motor needs rebuild anyway. It runs, but it needs rebuild.
we're still trying to take care of it and not make it worse than what it is.
We don't want to make more bills by neglecting it. So the other thing I've got to do is I've still got to grind the cab back from when we done the roof, which is why she's covered. And then it'll probably end up under a car cover.
Yeah, we'll put proper car cover on it.
I'll put stuff on the roof so it doesn't rub through the primers, because I will be grinding the roof back, sealing it, getting it where it can actually sit outside. At the moment It can, but the elements are going to have their way with it.
Yeah.
So that's next on the list, which will probably be this week, next week, week after. I don't know. We've got a busy couple of weeks.
The days kind of blur together a little bit, but it'll be soon.
Yeah. So, but if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will catch you on the next one.
Cheers.